Hello, friends. Welcome to this Leo new moon meditation. The exact moment of the new moon will be in about 30 minutes. Let's see here, about 34 minutes actually, at 5:55 p.m. GMT. 55 minutes after the hour, wherever you are. Okay, let's start by taking a look at the astrological chart for this new moon. First of all, we see that there's a lot of activity in the fixed signs, including an important conjunction in Taurus. In fact, if we include the South Node in Scorpio, we have a grand fixed cross. The fixed cross is the cross of discipleship, as you all know, and as such manifests for the disciple as a kind of steadfastness, tenacity, holding to one's beliefs and ideals. But on a personality level, it can demonstrate as stubbornness and unconscious, entrenched beliefs. So this fixed cross provides the field of activity. The actor on this field during this new moon time is Uranus in a rare conjunction with Mars and the North Node. A potential influence of this conjunction is revealed in Dane Rudyard's book of astrological symbols as the cleansing of personality consciousness. This is the symbol for the 18th degree of Taurus, which Uranus will be in for the next 2 months into October. Since Uranus is in aspect to 6 planets plus the lunar nodes, we could say that it is currently acting as an electrically charged stimulant, initiating the purificatory process through all these aspects. It's the central player in this fixed sign, predominantly fixed cross field of energy. As you know, squares and oppositions are not easy aspects from a personality point of view. Under the impulse of Uranus, which kind of leads this group, they might be described as bringing in sudden, shocking revelations. So we're seeing this on a planetary level, but this is also true on an individual level. But the soul welcomes the opportunity, for the planets and lunar nodes that make up this grand cross have the potential to bring into our conscious awareness aspects of our personalities that no longer serve our spiritual purpose. So, keeping our cleansing theme in mind, let's take a closer look. Uranus conjunction with the North Node brings to the fore those changes humanity needs to make in order to align with our future collective destiny. This is made all the more seismic by the inclusion of Mars. Mars-Uranus conjunctions are the classic signature for earthquakes, but subjectively, this conjunction activates idealism and that quality of struggle and effort that results in spiritual evolution. This is an incredibly dynamic conjunction in and of itself. But this stellium also T-squares Mercury-Saturn in opposition. Interestingly, considering our theme is personality purification, DK tells us disciples upon the path of discipleship are strongly influenced by Mercury and Saturn, one bringing illumination and the other offering opportunity. And we have to remember all this is happening in the sign of Leo, one of the major signs of personality transformation. So you can start to see a theme evolving here. In fact, it's quite startling in how unified this theme is, with Uranus as the main player. Let's take a look at this quote from Michael's Leo New Moon webinar from last year. At some point, we will all flourish under Leo. DK says that the heights of noted service are realized in this sign. So even though it has a reputation for pride, separativeness, cruelty, and all that, when the higher of the pairs of opposites begins to stream in, Leo demonstrates a tremendous humility, and we become the relinquished point. We give up our sense of ego altogether to become the wholeness, the unity. Describing Leo's progressive sensitivity, DK tells us, there are to be found numerous stages in which occurs an expansion of consciousness that leads that unit, talking about the Leo unit, step by step from self-recognition to the recognition of superior selves to the fitting of oneself to be likewise recognized as a superior self, and eventually to the occult recognition of his own superior self. This is all part of the individualizing aspect of Leo. He comes to recognize his higher self or ego as his true self. And from that stage passes on into group consciousness through the polar opposite in Aquarius. Here he realizes first his egoic group and then other egoic groups. Okay, so new moons always mark a new beginning. This Leo new moon, which is trine Jupiter's expansive influence, gives us a special opportunity to take a further step towards soul identification. So let's begin to focus on our new moon meditation. Just as full moons emphasize the consciousness aspect, new moons meditations allow us to focus on our spiritual will. This is in part due to the fact that our little planet is the center at the base of the spine of the solar logos, which directly links us to the will aspect of the solar system via Shambhala. Okay, so spines erect in order to align our chakras, and let's begin to use our breath as a centering, focusing, calming agency. We can calm our physical bodies, regulate our etheric activity, check in with your emotional body and calm any emotions there. And now let us lift our awareness onto the mental plane, where we can come together as a group and where we are gradually beginning to realize that there is no thy soul and my soul, but just this group soul, which is part of the great soul field of humanity. You can facilitate this coming together by visualizing a ring of brilliant light with each of us, each group member here today, as points of light within that ring of light, and with the Master DK at the center. Now let us lift our awareness into the head center, and from this high point of tension, let us visualize a brilliant white light sweeping down from Shambhala into the group soul. Burning away the illusions of the lower mind, the glamours of the astral plane, and bringing clarity in soul-infused reason. thus enabling us to recognize each other as souls. And through this recognition, hold our group mind steady in the light. Coming together as a group soul aligns us with the angel of the presence and opens a door for this group to become an instrument for hierarchical use, an agent of the Christ. In this way, we move closer to the day when we will, as a group, embody the words, Christ in us, the hope of glory. Now, let us visualize this brilliant light penetrating into our etheric bodies, vivifying our head, heart, and throat chakras. And as each of our individual chakras are thus vivified, the group head, heart, and throat chakras are thereby vivified. This vivification opens our group ajna center and purifies our lower chakras and our physical bodies. And thus renders the personality elemental receptive to the guidance of the angel of the presence. Let us now intensify this presence by simultaneously sounding the Om 3 times while silently intoning the second ray words of power, I see the greatest light. And at the same time, projecting a beam of pure white light upwards towards Shambhala. So we have three things going on at the same time. As we sound the Om outwardly, we're inwardly intoning the words, I see the greatest light, and visualizing a beam of pure white light projected upwards towards Shambhala. Now let us visualize that upward light being met by the light of Shambhala, the light of life itself. This meeting of the streams turns our little group into a channel of light, which we will now and for the rest of this meditation imaginatively radiate into the great soul field of humanity, merging with all peoples in all lands, and thus meeting the ever-present need. It is from this perspective that we can say, as a unifying mantra, "Not is but me," thus unveiling the capacity to see the soul in everyone. In this way, we build our group Antakarana, drawing down into our waking consciousness soul light, soul love, and soul will. Leo's keywords are, I am that, and that am I. This keyword actually unfolds in 3 steps. The first is I am, which marks the personality phase. This is followed by I am that, which heralds soul alignment. Finally, we have I am that, and that am I. Or the more esoteric and enigmatic, I am that I am, which marks identification with the monad. Okay, let's turn our focus to formulating a new moon seed thought form. So, from a soul perspective, what seed, what beneficial thought form can we use to move us from the I am state of consciousness to an I am that and that am I level of awareness? Formulate some specific seed idea that will facilitate this path of growth between now and the Leo full moon. We'll just take a moment here, and if after you get this idea, if you'd like, take a moment to jot your idea down. And then over the next 2 weeks, reflect on this and how it is growing over that period of time. Now, considering our theme of personality purification in relation to the nation you live in, develop a seed idea that would benefit your nation. What do the people of your nation most need? What seed, if developed, would add light to the causal body of your nation? And if you'd like, you can jot this down. Now, let us consider a seed thought that would benefit the whole of humanity. What seed, if adopted and developed, would lighten and spiritually energize humanity's causal body? What seed would you plant for humanity as a whole? Again, if you'd like, make note of this seed thought. Okay. As we did last month, I'd like to close with a brief version of Meditation 2 from Discipleship in the New Age, Volume 2, which was the first meditation given by DK for group work. And I'm happy to get your feedback on this. In fact, I'd like to get your feedback if this feels appropriate or if this is working for you. So let us lift our focus to the group head center. Access to any group center can be made through your own etheric center. So from that high point of tension, and taking advantage of the access to the intuition afforded us by Uranus in its unique configuration, which is shown in this Leo new moon chart, let us, through an act of the group will, project the energy focused in the head down into the solar plexus, but keep our point of high tension in the head center and project that energy focused in the head to the solar plexus. To facilitate this descent of energy, let us intone the following mantra. I am the soul, and also love I am. Above all else, I am both will and fixed design. My will is now to lift the lower self into the light divine. This light I am. Therefore, I must descend to where the lower self awaits my coming. That which desires to lift and that which cries aloud for lifting are now at one. Such is my will. So let us now turn our attention to the energetic interplay between the awakened, which is the lower point, and the awakening points within the solar plexus in preparation for their transference to the heart center. As we vision the energies of the solar plexus being carried up the spine to the heart, let us again breathe out the Om into the solar plexus. Now let us, as a group, draw the focused energy created up the spine into the heart. Then up to the throat, the ajna center, and finally into the head, the seat of soul consciousness. Okay, we have about 7 or 8 moments until the moment of the new moon, so we'll have a silent meditation. And to that point, at the moment of the new moon, I will sound a soft om, and then in the meditation, 10 minutes after the exact moment of the new moon, with a final om. Okay. Om. Okay, let's close with a great invocation. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. Oh.